Have you ever wondered what happens when a tragedy collides with the supernatural? Imagine the eerie silence of a once grand, now derelict house, its skeletal structure bearing the scars of a horrific plane crash. This is no ordinary house, mind you. Its history is steeped in tales of the unexplained, sightings of the spectral kind that chill the bones and make the bravest hearts quake. It was a day like any other when the plane plummeted from the sky, crashing into the heart of this ill-fated mansion. The passengers vanished without a trace, their bodies never found. But their spirits? That's another story. Whispered voices in the wind, fleeting shadows in the corners of your eyes, and an inexplicable chill that clings to the air. The house now stands crumbling, a haunting monument to the terrible incident. As we delve into the story, we ask, are these restless spirits still trapped within the crumbling walls of this once grand house? Our tale begins with a house, standing alone in its gloom, harboring a chilling secret. This is not your average abandoned home, its history scarred with a tale of tragedy and horror that would chill the most hardened of hearts. Years ago, this house was just like any other, brimming with life and laughter. But one fateful day, a plane, lost in the fog of the night, crashed into it, ripping through the structure like a blade through paper. The house was left in ruins, a gaping hole where once stood a symbol of warmth and love. But the horror didn't end there. The plane was carrying passengers, innocent souls journeying towards their destinations, unaware of the doom that awaited them. When the dust of the wreckage settled, not a single body was found. The authorities searched high and low, leaving no stone unturned, but the passengers had seemingly vanished into thin air, their fate a disturbing mystery. In the years that followed, the house, or what was left of it, stood as a grim reminder of the tragedy. But soon, strange occurrences began to be reported. The eerie silence of the night was broken by the inexplicable sound of a plane engine, followed by a deafening crash. Objects would move on their own, as if manipulated by unseen hands. Shadows would flit across the broken walls, and chilling apparitions were spotted, their spectral forms resembling the missing passengers. The locals whispered amongst themselves, their voices hushed with fear. They spoke of the house being haunted by the spirits of the lost passengers, trapped in an eternal loop of their final moments, their desperate cries for help echoing in the wind. The house, now a skeletal remnant of its past, seems to breathe with the life of the spectral entities that inhabit it. A monument to a tragedy, it stands as a chilling testament to the restless spirits that cannot find peace, their story forever etched into the very fabric of its crumbling walls. What horror unfolded within these haunted walls? In the aftermath of the catastrophic crash, the house became a chilling echo of its former self. The once lively home transformed into a chilling mausoleum. The laughter and love that once filled its rooms were replaced by an eerie silence, only broken by the spectral echoes of the plane crash that had never faded. Visitors to the site reported chilling occurrences. A spectral figure appearing in the corner of the eye, flitting through the rooms, ethereal and elusive. The sight was enough to send shivers down the spine of the bravest soul. The figure, appearing as a ghostly blur, was said to carry the aura of the passengers who had tragically lost their lives in the crash. Even more terrifying were the sounds. The quiet of the night was often punctuated by the terrifying echoes of the crash. A phantom plane, its engines roaring, would seem to crash into the house, over and over again, reliving that fateful moment. The sound was so real, so visceral, that it would send the heart pounding, the mind racing in fear. And yet, the house stood, its decaying walls a testament to the tragedy. Those who dared to enter spoke of a chilling cold that would seep into the bones, a sense of dread that would linger long after they had left the place. They spoke of doors that would creak open on their own, of windows that would shatter without reason, of shadows that would seem to come alive in the flickering candlelight. Each terrifying incident was a grim reminder of the horrifying event that had occurred. It was as if the house itself had become a ghost, forever trapped in that one horrific moment, carrying the weight of the lost souls within its decaying walls. In the silence of the night, Within the decaying walls, the spirits of the lost passengers continue to relive their final moments, trapped in a never-ending cycle of fear and despair.